Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Welcome back with me, teacher Irdeena, and welcome back to my class. I hope you are all doing great today. So, how was your weekend? Is it good? Very good. Alright, so before we start, I'm just gonna tell you that today's class is gonna be a remedial lesson. So there's no stress, no pressure, because we're just gonna go to learn about something that you have already learned before, which is a present continuous tense. So why do we learn again about present continuous tense? Do you still remember what we did in the last class? Yes, we did about an essay of informal letter, which is an invitation letter to your friends about to go to your birthday party. So from your last activity, from your last essay, I have spotted many of you has commonly doing this kind of mistakes or this kind of error, which is about the present continuous tense. That's why we are going to learn again about the present continuous tense to ensure that you can really understand the rules, the form, and how you are going to use present continuous tense in your essay or in your daily conversation next in the future. So let's start. Alright, as you can see in this slide, there's a diagram that I have actually shown you before. So do you still remember this diagram? No? Okay, so let's recap together, okay? So if you can see, this diagram is actually help you to understand how present continuous works. So basically, first you have to focus on the red X that I have put in the left side of the timeline. So that marks it the starting point of an action, which is an action that you are doing, that you have that you did in the past. So then in the middle we see another red X, which is labeled under the label now, which is an action that currently happened right now, which is at the moment is happened. So this shows it is on a present moment. So the exact time you are speaking. As example, I am speaking to you right now. So the action of me speaking is currently happened right now. So between these 2 points, there are actually a curved line going downward and then a curving upward, as you can see. So there's showing that the action is in a progress, which is so the diagram shows that an action that happened that started before now, and then it's still ongoing until now. So the dotted line that goes slightly beyond now means that the action might continue a little longer, or maybe we can expect it to end at some point in the future. So this visual actually helps you to understand 3 important uses of the present continuous tense, just like I highlighted in the there's 3 box right onto the diagram, which is the first one. It shows that progress at the moment of speaking. As I said, when you see the first X, it is happened before now, which is in the past, and still in the progress until today, until right now, until at the moment you are doing right now or speaking. And then it is also a temporary activity that began in the past and still ongoing, but there's no times whether time frame whether it is still ongoing or it gonna end in future. What time, we never know. So, and the last one, it is an continuing. It is an activity or action that is continuing at the present and will probably end in the future. So this is so very theoretically. So let's look at the example for you to make sure that you can understand deeper. Alright, let's look at the first example. So basically, this example is from your friend's work that you guys did before in the essay. So the first one, okay, read with me, okay? I am writing to invite you to my birthday party this Saturday at 4 p.m. We will have a lot of fun activities, delicious foods, and games for everyone to enjoy. So from this context, from this sentence, there are 2 sentences there. Can you tell me where is the present continuous form of present continuous phrases? Yes, I am writing. I am writing to invite you to my birthday party this Saturday at 4 p.m. So that is the present continuous sentence. I am writing. So I am writing is the correct use of present continuous where it shows the action that is happening right now. Where currently, at the moment, you are writing the letter to give to your friend to invite them to come to your birthday party, maybe this Saturday, this Sunday, or next week. We never know. It's up to you. Okay, so from the I am writing there, can you spot the form? I mean, how to construct the form or to construct the present continuous? Yes. First, okay, let's look at the second column there. We need subject and then verb to be. What is verb to be? We have is, are, and am. And then also verb plus ing, or another term we can use it as a present participle. Yeah, you still remember that, right? Okay, so subject there in I am writing is I, and then the verb to be is am. Yes, the verb to be for I is am. Okay, what about is? Is treated for a singular subject and are is treated for plural subject, and then plus verb plus ing. So I am writing there is the correct use of present continuous, plus the functions for I am writing is to show the action that is currently happening right now. So let's look at another example. Alright, basically for this example, there is a mistake, there's an error there. So I want you to spot where is the error in this sentence. Plus this is also your friend's sentence, so I want you to spot so that you can identify which one is the correct use of present continuous and which one is not. Okay, let's read it together first, okay? I am staying at my cousin's house this week because my parents are away. So, we are having the party here. Don't worry, there will be a lot of foods, games, and music. I really hope you can come. Okay, where is the you think that is wrong in this sentence about present continuous? Yes, I am staying at my cousin's house this week because my parents are away. The word I am staying at my cousin's house this week, I am staying, is actually wrong. What is the corrected version for this? I am staying at my cousin's house this week. Why? Because in this sentence, you are going to show a temporary action that began in the past, or temporary action that you did. Okay, so because you say that I am staying at my house, at my cousin's house this week, so that you are going to tell your friends that you staying at your cousin's house just for this week. So we have to use a present continuous tense. So the sentence that I am staying at my cousin's house this week is wrong. The correct one is I am staying at my cousin's house this week. I am staying. Stay is a verb plus ing. I am staying, or present participle. Very good. Okay, let's look at another example. Okay, this is also a wrong version or a wrong example that actually two of you did this. So I want you to really look properly, really look wisely into this example and tell me which one is the wrong in the sentence. Okay, let's read it first together. I want to invite you to my birthday party. My birthday party theme is a pink theme. I'm preparing a cake, jelly, fruits, and some rice for guests to come in my party. I hope you can join me and other friends. So which one is do you think wrong in the sentence? Yep, I'm preparing a cake, jelly, fruits, and some rice for guests to come in my party. So I'm preparing a cake is wrong. Why? Do you still remember the form of the present continuous that I teach you before? Yes, we need subject, verb to be, and also verb plus ing or present participle. So in this sentence, your friend doesn't include any verb to be for I, which is am. So what is the correct version for this sentence? I am preparing a cake, jelly, fruits, and some rice for the guests. So this one is wrong because there's no verb to be, which is am, in this sentence. So you really need to remember how to form present continuous so that you can get a right use of present continuous tense. So for this sentence, it is actually an action that is happening right now and will finish later, but not now, or maybe you somehow in the future, because you are telling that your friends, I am preparing a cake, jelly, fruits. Maybe you have started to prepare a cake, jelly, fruits, but it might finish later, maybe after the party, during the party. So that is why we use present continuous for these sentences. Okay, so now, alright, so let us just look briefly onto the negative form and question form also. Even if there is no one of you did negative form and question form in an essay, in the essay that we did last class, but still I just want you to recap, and I don't want you to feel left about the negative form and question form too, because we still can use a negative form and question form in our next essay. Okay, so for negative form, what is the form for the negative form? Is subject. It is somehow similar with the affirmative form, but we need to put an indicator, which or in other words, to indicate that it is a negative form. So let's look at it. Subject, verb to be, plus not, plus present participle or verb plus ing. So let's look at the example first. Akmal is not eating the bread, and then I am not finalizing the guest list. You can use this in a invitation letter to your birthday party. I am not finalizing the guest list. Okay, and the last one is the dancer is not practicing for the competition. So as you can see from the sentence, those three sentences have the words not. Yeah, not is an indicator to show you that the present continuous form is in the negative form. So the basic one is subject, verb to be, not, plus present participle. Okay, now let's look at the question form. Okay, so in the question form, there's a slightly different, which is we have to put the verb to be, which is is, am, are, in front of the subject. So how do we determine whether we want to use the is, am, or are? Look at the subject. If it's a singular subject, then we use is in front. If it's a plural subject, then we use are in front. And if it's a I, we use am in front. Okay, so for question form, we need verb to be plus subject plus present participle or verb plus ing, and then a question mark. So let's look at the example here. Are you coming to my party? Are you coming to my party next weekend? Okay, so are you, even if you is a singular, you still remember that I said that you is a special case. So we have to use plural verb to be for you. So are you coming to my party? Or is Alicia doing her homework? Or another one is, are they joining us tomorrow? Are they joining us tomorrow? Alright, so that is all for negative form and question form. Okay, so I hope you still remember about negative form and question form, and remember it until the rest of your life. Okay, so let's look at another example that you have made in your previous essays. Alright, so let's look at another example here that your friends did. Okay, but first we will read it together, and then I want you to identify if there's any wrong from this sentence. Alright, so let's read it together. We will have lots of fun activities, delicious food and games for everyone to enjoy. I am inviting all of my friends and cousins since 2 weeks ago. So can you identify anything that is wrong from the sentence? Yes, there's something sounds a bit off here, right? So let's figure it out. So the sentence says, I am inviting all of my friends and cousins since 2 weeks ago. Yes, your friends use a present continuous in this sentence, which is actually we have to use present perfect continuous in the sentence. So I am inviting, but the phrase since 2 weeks ago shows how long it is the action has been happening. So there's another rules, which is we cannot use since with present continuous, because since talks about a time period that is started in the past and continuous and still continue until today, until now. So for that, we have to use the present perfect continuous. So the correct sentence for your friend's sentence here, it has to be, I have been inviting all of my friends and cousins since 2 weeks ago. So it is a present perfect continuous. Have been inviting, which is started in the past and still happening right now, and since 2 weeks ago tell you that the action has started in the past. So Please remember that we have to use present continuous only for an action that is happening right now, and present perfect continuous is in another term, which is we use it to show how long that something has been happening, especially with words like since or for. So we cannot use since in a present continuous. Okay, we have another example here from your friends. We'll have lots of fun activities and delicious food. I am wanting you to come and celebrate with me. Please tell me if you can come. So can you feel any wrong in this sentence? Yes, I am wanting you to come and celebrate with me. Why? Why is it wrong? Because I am wanting is the correct form, right? Which is we have I, subject, am is a verb to be, and wanting is a verb plus ing. So basically, we cannot use stative verb. Okay, so the wrong use of the verb in the present continuous here is a stative verb. So I am wanting. Want is a stative verb. Let's look at the stative verb. So you might be wondering, what are stative verb? Even though I've said to you before, but maybe you still not remember, or you still not have enough practice about stative verb. So well, stative verb is actually a verb that is describe a state, like feelings, thought, senses, possession, or being, which is it is not an action that you can see or you do. It is just exists. The verb is just exists, but it is not an action that you can explicitly do. Okay, so let's look at the examples. I want you to come this Saturday, which is it is an a stative verb that shows you are giving some opinion, or you're giving some emotion to tell your friends that you want your friend to come this Saturday, but it is not an action that you cannot do want. How can you do an action of want? You cannot do that, right? So it is a state rather. So you want your want is cannot use with wanting, which is plus ing, or use in a present continuous form, because want is a stative verb. So the I want you to come this Saturday is correct, and I am wanting you to come this Saturday is wrong, because the present continuous is used for things that is happening right now and other functions. So stative verbs are not things that you do, but rather it is something that you feel or you want. You know, you want your friends to know about it. Okay. So let's look at another example. My sister is very smart. She is studying for her exam right now. She is knowing all the answers already. That is why I always admire her. Okay, so from this sentence, which one is the wrong? Yes, she is knowing all the answers already. Knowing is a stative verb, so we cannot use present continuous. Instead, we have to use present simple, like she knows all the answers already. So knowing is a stative verb to describe that her sister is actually understand and aware with the answer. So it is not an action, so we cannot use present continuous. So do you understand about stative verb? Yes, very good. Alright, so before we end our class, I want to highlight three main things that we learned today, so that this class will be beneficial for you and you will not do another mistakes after I'm giving you another exercise or practice after this. So the main thing that we learned today, the first one is after subject must have the verb to be, which is most of you did wrong in that, which is, are, and am. So still you need to remember present continuous form is subject plus verb to be, which is, are, and am, plus verb plus ing or present participle. So and second one is we cannot use since with present continuous, because if you want to use since, we have to use another form, which is present perfect continuous. So since is not allowed in present continuous. And the last one is the use of stative verb in a present continuous is not correct. So we cannot use stative verb in present continuous. Why? Because it is not an action. It is a state. It is to describe a state or emotions or feelings. So it is not an action that you can simply put ing after the verb. So there are the three main things that we have learned today. So I hope you can remember all of the lesson, and you will gain at least a beneficial knowledge from today's class. So we can use simply and fluently present continuous in our daily conversation. So that is all from me. Thank you, and don't forget to do your exercise about another essay that I will give you after this. So thank you guys.